Rejoice, annual pass holders and Florida residents, because it looks like annual passes are now less expensive. Yes, it certainly looks that way, but reality and the way things look are not always the same thing. The Walt Disney Company is reducing annual pass down payments by 50%, sure, but does that actually mean that your pass is going to be cheaper? Spoiler alert, no. And we're going to talk about it today on That Park Place. All right, guys, this story drove me insane because this is kabuki theater. This is such semantics. Walt Disney World announced a new offer that lowers the required down payment for Florida residents that wish to purchase annual pass. Under this promotion, eligible residents can begin any of the 4 annual pass options with a $99 down payment. Now, that's about half of the typical amount previously required under the Florida resident monthly payment plan. The offer applies to all 4 annual pass types: the Pixie Dust Pass, the Pirate Pass, the Sorcerer Pass, and the Incredipass. After the $99 initial payment, purchasers enter a 12-month installment plan with 0% annual percentage rate. Monthly payments are determined by the remaining balance after the down payment. Now, those monthly payments vary by pass type. For the Pixie Dust Pass, monthly payments under the promotion are about $35.13, bringing its total cost to $489 over 12 months. The Pirate Pass is $68.88 per month with a total cost around $869. The Sorcerer Pass carries monthly payments of $89.29, roughly $1,099 in total. And the Incredipass is $136.33 per month, which is totaling $1,629. And guys, this is how all of this shakes out, because yes, you are paying less upfront, but you are not paying less. You are actually paying more per month. So I think it's a better idea to pay another $100 up front than it is to just, pay through the nose every single month. Guys, Vash, what do you think about this?
Yeah, they're just clearly making Walt Disney World more accessible, at least initially. But to your point, I mean, the monthly payment does go up pretty good, because now you are paying less up front. And that's the thing. I think when we looked at the last quarter there, the quarterly results that would have been in Q1 fiscal year 2026, they actually noted how international visitation would go down. That was the guidance that they offered. And I think Matt Bellany of Puck News actually was saying that was the big reason why the stock dropped 7% when those earnings were revealed, because of that guidance, because they knew that, the economy is going to be slowing down here, especially for theme parks in the immediate future. And so how do you, bump up those numbers? Well, you offer a series of discounts to your Florida residents. And in this case, I think they're making it accessible for people who might not have purchased into an annual pass, who might be considering it, say, oh, okay, let's go ahead and do this, not really understanding what awaits them on the other side, that being the monthly payments themselves.
Now, when I moved here, it was maybe $200 or $300 down, and it was like $60 a month, and that was for like the Incredipass. Like that, there wasn't, they didn't have those tiers at the time. It was just the annual pass. So you didn't have blockout. I don't think you had blockout dates, because I know my original pass did not. So it was like $60 a month. Now that same pass for no blockout dates is $133 a month.
Yikes.
That's pretty insane. I mean, right now my Sorcerer Pass, because I have the water park option and the photos on it, that's upwards of $90. Like that's almost $100 a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Now, MJ, with annual pass holders in Walt Disney World, one of the big things is always they treat you like a freeloader until they need you. Like they very historically tried to limit the number of annual pass holders. What does it say about the current state of Walt Disney World when now all of a sudden they're like, come on over, guys? Like,
it screams desperation, and then at the same time it's like, ha, we got you. Because when you really look into the shape language of the details of the annual passes, you will see that in the shape language it says that you're going to be paying this amount, and it's going to be this amount, and it's really going to be this amount. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh, they're desperate. And then I clicked it and I was like, oh yeah, you're trying to get, without the annual pass holders, attendance wouldn't be the way it is. And let's just be frank, it's sad that they're going this route. It would have been really cool to see them have it for a couple months, like $50 off the normal price of X amount or $100. Like shave some money off of that thing. Half of the place is under construction anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Erica, do you think this is smoke and mirrors? Do you think they're actually trying to make it more accessible? Or do you think this is just like, hey, look, it's cheaper, when in actuality it's not?
Yeah, they're just, I can't think of the word, but they're just manipulating the headline. It's like clickbait. You're still paying that amount for the pass. It's not cheaper. And you just have to just do the math, not even read the fine print. It's just simple math, and budget accordingly if you really want to be an annual pass holder. Get those Target Disney cards, the gift cards, or just put money to the side cash for a year and then pay cash outright, the following year. I don't know. I hate how they're doing that. In the meantime, Universal, sometimes they'll put out deals where you get like 2 months free, or is it 3 months?
Yes, they give you 3 months.
Before.
They just did that promotion not too long ago where you sign up and you get 3 months for free. Yes.
Is that for all customers, or is that just like Florida resident or Florida, Georgia residents?
It's a good question, Erica. I'm not sure.
I really wish they would pay attention more to what Universal is doing with how they tier out their passes and the pricing, and just, just tap into reality here. Half your parks are under construction compared to your competitor, but yet your competitor is coming out with a much cheaper option. I don't know. It's kind of.
Not only that, but I think the Universal pass holders get a lot more perks than the annual pass holders at Disney.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more. The Universal annual pass holders get a lot more depending on the tier that you invest in. But this has always been my hang up with Disney, and forcing your out-of-state guests to have to purchase your top tier pass. That's another thing that really irritates me. But no, you're not saving money. You just have to do the math. And I've learned with Disney over the years, you can't just believe the headline. You need to read the fine print and then pull out your calculator.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, guys, at the end of the day, they used to give so much to annual pass holders. Annual pass holders were treated like royalty around there. You were given like I remember Food and Wine Festival. If you went X amount of times, you got this amazing tumbler glass. Like it was a tumbler glass and it had like the annual pass holder logo on it, and it said like Food and Wine Festival. Another year it was a cutting board. They used to give you such
cutting boards. I got one.
Yeah. And then it started getting smaller and smaller. Then it was like, okay, now it's drink coasters. Okay, now it's
magnets.
Magnet, and now it's nothing. Now they don't give you anything. They give you the
sad.
occasional magnet rollout, but like nothing for the festivals anymore. It's a shame. Yeah. Meanwhile, over at Universal, annual pass holders are treated a lot better. There is an annual pass holder lounge in Islands of Adventure.
Yes.
It is in the Toon Lagoon area. You can go in to the pass holder lounge and it's air conditioned in there. You can buy drinks. They have discounted merchandise in there as well, like stuff that's going off the shelves, on clearance sale, and annual pass holder merch. So that's an amazing thing. Now, SeaWorld will roll out the red carpet for their annual pass holders. At SeaWorld, there's a pass holder lounge also, and it's bigger and it's amazing. And there's a soda fountain in there where you could just get free drinks all day.
Wow.
The discounts are steeper too with SeaWorld and Busch Gardens parks. And they do not hesitate to ask every guest, do you have any discounts with us?
Yep.
Everyone gets asked equally across the board.
You know what, Erica? I'm glad you said that because at my recent visit to the Walt Disney World Resort, I had to ask continuously because no one asked. I'm like, are you accepting any discounts today? And they're like, no. Most of them were no. Yeah.
I have the last time I was home was 2024, and we went 2023. We've been in 2022, 2021. But then the last that number of years, I actually got to the point where I was nervous to even tell them I was an annual pass holder because I got tired of the attitude I was getting from behind the counter, which was rolling of the eyes or their heads just, as if I were acting like an entitled, rude person, and I wasn't. I mean, I've had family work for this company. I know how to conduct myself,
Right.
in a Disney fashion to these people, and even try to elevate their days a little bit by, hey, how's your day going? Oh, don't work too hard. And I've even tried that, and I've gotten eye rolls, and so I got to the point where I just kind of didn't really use my discount, and I would use the mobile pay because I don't want to deal with the attitude.
Mm-hmm. Man, by the way, look at this. Theme Park Wizard says here in the chat that Universal Studios Hollywood gives 2 pass holder after hours parties per year with free parking.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Really cool.
Disney.
I don't think Universal Orlando
that.
does that. They do have some pass holder stuff, but I don't think they do like after hours parties for free.
I don't think so. I don't remember hearing anything like that. And those AP parties at Universal Studios Hollywood are actually pretty decent, and it comes with a plethora of discounts as well, along with discounts for like and depending on your, I guess, tier level, of course. I think it's like a free day at like Halloween Horror Nights, for example, or at least discounts for that. Discounts for FanFest nights and so forth. So there's a lot of great perks that come along with that. Free parking is a huge one, especially in the LA area where you're driving everywhere. It's just, unfortunately, Disney has had more of a one-sided relationship when it comes to pass holders in recent years, and especially at Disneyland, where I would say it's arguably a hostile relationship because please.
No, I'm just saying the annual pass holders, the only discount we have for, you get a discount on your after-hour ticketed events and special events and things like that, but they've never given anything for free after hours for any annual pass holders at Disneyland or Disney World. What I was going to say. At least Universal is actually giving you a ticket to Halloween Horror Nights. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
so if you get the top tier annual pass at Universal Orlando, you actually get not only one free Halloween Horror Nights pass per year, but you also get free valet parking at the resort.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's a cool
phenomenal.
Perk.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, because that could be like $75 in some cases right there. But no, I mean, especially Disneyland where you have this reservation system, and they're so very, very strict. I know a lot of people were complaining about December and how, for the length of time that the holiday decorations were up, there were almost no dates available that people could actually get because there are so many annual passes on the system and so many people were reserving for those days. And, they only split those buckets up accordingly for pass holders while they reserve the rest for ticket holders. So it was just becoming this thing where people couldn't even get in, even if they wanted to, even if they had the time. It just wouldn't happen. And so, and again, if you don't show up for 3 of those reservations, you can't make another reservation for, I believe, I thought it was 30 days, 60 days, maybe even 90 days.
Like at Walt Disney World, they don't have that. Like you can make a reservation and not show up for it, and it's not the end of the world. Nobody really cares.
Yeah.
But at Disney, that is nuts.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they'll punish you.
They'll punish you, and for the length of time that you can't make a reservation, you are still paying on that pass.
Of course,
you're paying on a pass you yourself cannot use.
That's insane.
Wild.
Not nice.
Really wild. And by the way, this clip you're seeing right here on the screen is proof of why they need more annual pass holders. Over there.
I did want to let someone in the chat know that you can get discounts on merchandise in selective stores in the theme parks and at Disney Springs. I did want to mention that. I mean, you get, Marvin, when you get your popcorn bucket, I think they give you what, like, I forget how much we paid for Scar. We just got him. It was not.
I didn't know there was a Scar popcorn bucket.
Yeah, it's at Animal Kingdom. It's amazing. It's really cool. His eyes light up and everything. But I think we did get our a discount with the annual. My daughter's an annual pass holder, so we were able to get a discount. So yeah, just to answer your question, there is a discount on merchandise and food, but it's only at selected places. And like Erica said, that's without the eye rolling.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, guys, if you are planning on getting an annual pass for Walt Disney World, just remember that it's not as cheap as it may appear.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.